just my own little quirk, you might say. Alright, now we need to get a boring bar set up. That means I'm going to take my indicator out here. I only have one boring bar holder as far as I know. I didn't make two. I should have. Should have made a couple of them. Project for this whole tool holder I made myself too. I didn't like the ones that came with the lathe. They're too big and cumbersome. I like this smaller one. It works great for what I do. And alright, I want to use this little short, stubby, solid carbide homemade jobby. This is a homemade boring bar. Okay. And I'd like to run more RPM, but I don't want to shake, rattle, and roll. So I'm going to go in here and touch. And like I say, this inside diameter, or the through diameter isn't critical. And I want it to be 60 thou, so I'm going to go 60 thou right off. I'm going to turn my feed rate down, and I'm going to go through it. I'll feed in and I'm going to feed out also. Furnace is running and blowing on me hotter than blitz. My meds have been working pretty good lately. Knock on wood. When they first put me on them, I couldn't work in the shop, it's too dizzy. Disorientated. Bad. This is 1-inch thick material. There we go. And I'm going to flip, reverse out. And I can kick the feed rate up a little bit. So now, I'm going to crank out, touch off, because I only want a 500 depth of zero my travel all. Sure like this travel all. I bought it from a guy on the internet, and I'll tell you what, I got a good deal on it, and it really works good. Haven't had any problems, any issues with it. Alright, I'm going to try to take 100 thou here. And I want to go 500 deep. And I'm going to slow the feed rate down. The only thing I wish that 100 thou markers were a little bit, I wish the dial on it was a little bit on it was for the 100 thou marks was a little bit bigger in diameter. Oh, I messed with it. Now I gotta go figure out where I was at. It's this back here. I don't know if you can see it, but I wish this dial right here was bigger in diameter so that the marks could be a little bit further apart. And that's only because my vision is not what it used to be. It's not the travel's indicators or travel's fault, it's my fault, I guess. So, 1, 2, 3. I was at 3. 4. 5. We'll go another 100. Should be 400. And I know I'm not close, but I want to see where I'm at. We are at 800 even. We want to go to 1 inch 180. Got a ways to go. Okay, another 100. 400. And 5. And another 100. And 5. And another 100. Let's see, wait a minute. Did I say 800? We are at 1 inch and 05. So we can go 100 easy. Take this 100. And then after that we'll have to cool it. Now I'm going to feed out. I want a spring pass so I can see where we're at. Spring pass really isn't taking anything. I'm going to go snap gauge. Got a snap gauge. And we'll check the diameter here. Snap gauges measure a press fit, so just so you know. They do not measure a slip fit. They measure a press fit because you're actually pressing it through there. So, and we are at 1 inch, 100 and, well, that's pretty close to the calipers too. 104. 104, and we want to go to 181. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. We're going to go 70. 70. Put the feed the other way. I'm going to feed out again. My cup of tea got cold. I forgot it was sitting over there. It's mint green tea. And we'll give it another check and see. Plus, when you're doing snap gauge work, you put it in at an angle, tighten it, and only drag it through once. You don't drag it through twice. That'll measure the diameter of the hole. And you don't need to over tighten it like I just did. Ooh, just about dropped it. And we are at 1 inch, 100. Oh boy, did I misread my... No. 1 inch, 181. Oh. The mark on my, there we go. The mark on my 50 thou on my mic had some grime in it, so it was looking like a 25 thou mark, and I was going, oh no, that's a 75 mark. It's not. I'm at 1 inch 172. I'm gonna double check it this time, since there was confusion. Yep, 1 inch 172. So we want to go 9 thou. I'm gonna go 8. Yeah. My handle fell down and moved my indicator, or moved my carriage. I hate that. I did put a counterweight on it, but it fell off. I need to someday fix that permanently. You know what? I'm going to take the handle off that right now. The darn handle on this lathe must weigh two pounds. I don't know why they went with such a heavy darn handle. And if it gets in the right location when you're doing a finish cut, it falls back and it moves everything. So now I don't know if I'm at that. It might have moved. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to my last known setting here and run the boring bar in there and we see if it cuts. That's not cutting, so that's a good sign. So I'm going to move my 9 now. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. Flip the feed rate. It almost looks like my part has moved. It doesn't look like I'm taking out 9 thou, that's for sure. More like 2 or 3 thou. I think I need a spring pass on that. That looked like 2 or 3 thou only. What did I say last time? 72? $73. I told you that it looked like a 2 or 3 thou. It was 1 thou. So what's going on? See, that's where it dropped and must have taken a heavier cut. So now I got to go 8 thou. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's better. If I get it loose, I can always lock that bearing in too. Let's see what we got. All right. Okay, we're right at 1 inch 180, and this was 81, so that'd be a thou press fit, and I don't know if I want that much press fit. I'm going to try to move this half a mark right there. Looks like it might be a thou cut there. That's alright. It'll be a slip fit then, and then I'll just put Loctite on it. Like I said, it's not all that critical. It'd be nice if it was pressed. Let's see what we got. It looked like about a thousandth cut there. Oops. Okay. Yeah, that was about a thou cut. We're at 81 now. But don't forget, it's measuring a press fit, so it should be 2/10 press on it now. Yeah, I think I could press that in there. I don't want to do it. I don't want to press it in right now. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go another 20 thou and face off the bottom. There's 500. Oh boy. Maybe I'll just go 10. I just wanted a flat surface down there for the bearing to sit on. All right, there's one. There's one down, and I'll do the same thing on the other one. I'll loosen two and then take that out and put the other one in and dial it in, make sure it's straight or somewhat straight, and then I will lay out some scribe lines here, and you know what? I don't think I was on scribe line. Oh crap! I must have been looking at some other scratch or something, because it is off center. I wanted that on center this way. And you can tell that it's definitely off. Well, reconvene after I figure out what I'm going to do. Well, I found my error. It was a dumb one. What it is when I measured the block, and I went, and it's 2 inches 445, and what did I write? 2 inches 245. So there's my 100th thou. Well, poop. So now the wide side is on this side on this one, and the wide side would be on this side on this one if I dial it in. So what I'm going to have to do is, on the narrow side, I'm going to have to come around and then come in a ways. So I can get there. I can still use this part. See, I was planning on coming down straight like that. Well, now it's going to end up looking like which is okay. And the only reason is so I can get a bolt in here. That's the reason that it would end up looking like that. It'll look like a number 9. But oh well, it'll only be 100 thou in. I mean, I'll come around here, it'll be just 100 thou in. It'll be just a bit of a, and what I'll do is I'll come in with a 1/4 inch end mill and get to the right depth and come down. It'll be okay. I'll make it work. But that is the mistake there. And that's why you need to double check your math. I didn't. I got into a hurry and just scribbled it down. I'm blaming it on the meds. It was the meds. I was confused. Oh well. That's all part of the game. But if I make the wide opposite so that they match when I put them on, you know what I mean? So that the narrow will be on this side, and when I put this bearing on, the narrow will be on that side, the same side as that. Because I plan on putting the bearings on the inside. I didn't want it on the outsides. So. And that might be a mistake though too, because it might be better to have it on the outside, because then that pulley will be right up against that. It'll be right up against the bearing. Regardless, one will have to be opposite the other, whether I put them on the inside or the outside. And that's way, unfortunately, that is the way this one is scribed. But I'll have to redial it in over there on 4-jaw, which is no big deal. I just redial it in the same as what I did on the first one. So I'll be back after I get it all dialed in and get over on the mill and start milling away. Then I'll come back.